Just know that I'm with you. Shipping on eBay Global Shipping Program can be and does sound daunting, but eBay has made it so simple for us that anybody can do it, as long as you're eligible. In a recent video, I asked you guys to give me some ideas on what it is that you would like some clarification on when it comes to selling on eBay. And one of the biggest contenders was eBay's Global Shipping Program. I was honestly taken back by how many people do not use it. With everything, there are pros and cons, but I think with eBay GSP, pros outweigh the cons. Let's get straight into it. So firstly, you need to check to see if you are actually eligible to use the eBay Global Shipping Program. If you click the top left corner and go to where your eBay shop name is and click account settings, and then you'll see the selling options. And if you go right down to the bottom of that list, third from the bottom is postage preferences. Once you click into this, you'll see the option that says delivery services. Second one down is eBay Global Shipping Program. If you haven't enrolled yet, it will give you an option to enroll. There are requirements needed to be able to enroll in the Global Shipping Program, and this is what they are. Just enroll. Click enroll. And just like that, you are now part of eBay's Global Shipping Program. That simple, that easy. But let me break it down a little further for you. So now you are a part of eBay's GSP or Global Shipping Program. All that means is your store is now opened up worldwide, excluding any exclusions that you have set up on your profile. It is now open to the world. Anybody in the whole wide world that has access to your region's eBay store has access to buy your items. From Hong Kong to Germany, America to France. So what does this mean as an eBay seller? Somebody from Bangladesh has just bought your item. How are you going to get it to them now? Simple. The Global Shipping Program, or the Global Shipping Hub, or the Shipping Hub, people call it many different things. In the UK, it is a logistic warehouse in Lichfield. You will see the same address that comes up all the time. WS13 8UR is the postcode. That's kind of, once you get into selling, you realise quite quickly that you're at a global shipping sale. But it does also come up with a sold internationally through the Global Shipping Program tag as well. So what you're going to do now, the same as if you'd sold your item to the next town, you're going to package it up with the same care and attention that you always do, don't you? And you're going to send it to the address provided. That's all you've got to do. Your only requirement is to ensure that it gets to that shipping hub, and then you're done. You're out. You've got no more responsibilities on the parcel. If it gets damaged from there, or if it gets lost from there, you're covered. eBay covers you for that, but it's getting it from your house to that location. That's the only thing you've got to do. Same with any parcel in the UK. You need to get it from your house to, or your shipping location to the customer's address. In this case, the customer's address is eBay. eBay is your customer-ish. And that is it. Mainland postage for an item that goes international. There are, of course, instances where there are going to be refunds or returns required for GSP items, but as long as you've protected yourself fully, you don't have to deal with all that. But if you haven't, then you will. So if you grossly misdescribe an item and the customer complains to eBay like any other sale, you are required to accept that return. The tricky part here is the fact that you need to pay for that return postage from whatever country they're in. So you need to go to that country's local postage service website, order a label with your return details and their drop-off details, and then send it to the customer so they can send it back. Now, if you've sent a large, heavy, bulky item, it's a pain and expensive. If you've sent a small item, sometimes it's more worthwhile just to refund the customer. But obviously there are bad actors in the world, and some people do take advantage of this, and they will claim something's not as described when it is, knowing full well it's going to be too expensive for you to get it back, and that eBay will just side with them and then you lose the money. But also eBay are quite good at understanding and catching this as well. There has been many instances where a customer has tried to be fishy with me. I've explained my case to eBay, I've shown them proof, I've shown them receipts, and eBay has actually closed the case in both of our favours. So unfortunately the customer gets the item and their money back, but you don't lose out. So putting aside bitterness, who cares? You're level, you're even. Now, if the customer buys a pair of shoes or something like that, or a t-shirt, and opens up a request saying it doesn't fit, I'd like to return it, as with the UK, it's on them. But even though we must focus on the returns procedures and understand that it does happen, you can't just focus on that. It's the same as sending things in the UK. You can't just sell things expecting a return on what if, what do I do? You've got to take the sale and enjoy the sale. Not everything that you sell GSP is going to be bad and going to come back and be returned and whatever else. But you just incorporate that into your business, incorporate that into your costs and losses, and you'll be fine. Now, this service isn't free. It does cost money, but not to you. The customer, when they purchase your item, will see the item cost and the postage cost, the import charges, etc. if they have any, and it will all be combined on there. eBay add their GSP fee onto that. You don't pay a penny of it. Now people say, yeah, but it turns off international customers and they might not want to pay for it. Well, this video is mainly aimed at the people that don't use GSP at all and don't do international packages because they are afraid of sending things internationally or a little bit confused about how all that works. So this probably doesn't apply to you anyway. But if it does, it's nothing for you to worry about. The customer pays all the charges, and if you get a refund, you're not liable to pay those charges back. If there is an import charge, you might also see on the order another figure saying import charges £28 or whatever it is. Don't worry about that either. If you have to do a refund, you're not liable for that. So a quick breakdown of what we just spoke about. If you don't have GSP, go to your account settings, go to your postage preferences and international shipping and enroll in the GSP first thing. Once you have enrolled into the GSP global shipping program, one thing I would suggest is that you go to your listings that you already have active, go to the bulk edit listing tool and apply international shipping to every item that you have, just to ensure that international shipping, global shipping program, because that is your preferred preference, is actually activated to your listings. You don't want to go through all of that and think, why am I not getting any international sales? When in actual fact, it's because your previous listings did not have international postage selected. So make sure you do that. Once you're enrolled in that, your only obligation is to send your parcel to a UK address. That's it. Once it gets to the UK address, eBay are responsible for losses and damages. If loss and damage does occur, normally the customer will reach out to you or they will reach out with a request and then you'll get a notification and eBay just handles it. If it's lost or damaged, eBay take control of it. You don't have to deal with anything. A couple of the customer's messages might slip through, you might have to deal with that. But for good customer services, you probably should, even though technically you don't have to. Returns and refunds are still a thing. As long as you've covered your back, it won't cost you a penny and they will have to deal with it and you can protect yourself. If you haven't quite been up to scratch with your descriptions and your postage protection and the item has got damaged and it's your fault, that's on you. And you will have to pay the return postage. And honestly, I wish there was way more for me to say about this, but there isn't. It is that simple. You enroll, send the item to the UK hub and they send it to the customer wherever they are in the world. I really hope that helps. Now enroll in the GSP and you can be your very own Santa Claus and spread those parcels around the world. If there's anything that you feel that I might have missed, all these details are on eBay's website. If you click on the Global Shipping Program Q&As and you can find out every last little thing about it. It just means you've got to read through and find it yourself and not have somebody talk it to you, which for me is how I find learning the best, somebody telling me. If you are new here and that helped you out, please do consider subscribing and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.